The gate buzzer screamed at 0430, cutting to the cold coastal fog like a blade. I was already awake, knuckles taped, sweat dripping onto the concrete as I pounded the heavy bag. 22 years of training Navy SEALs had wired my body to rise before the sun and my instincts to expect trouble before it arrived. But nothing, no ambush, no firefight, no classified operation, prepared me for the voice that came through the intercom. "Sir, there's a civilian here asking for you. Says his name is Ethan Cole. Says he's your son." The bag stopped swinging. My heart didn't. It slammed so hard I thought the ribs would crack. I hadn't seen Ethan in 15 years. Not since his mother's funeral. Not since I chose duty over grief and walked away thinking he'd be safer without me. I wiped the blood from my knuckles and stepped into the fog, every footstep heavier than the last. He stood at the gate thinner than I remembered, eyes sharper, jaw clenched like a man who'd learned how to swallow pain instead of scream it. When he looked at me, there was no warmth, only calculation, and something darker beneath it. "I need your help," he said, "before it's too late." Within minutes, base security was buzzing. Civilians didn't just walk into a SEAL training facility, especially not with a stare that looked like it had already survived hell. I pulled strings, got him inside, and sat him down in my office. He didn't waste time. "They killed Mom," he said flatly. The room went silent. I felt the old rage rise, the kind I'd spent decades teaching men to control. The doctor said, "They lied," he snapped. "She was digging into a private contractor, siphoning money from veterans' medical funds. Same contractor that now trains here. Same one you consult for." The words hit harder than any strike. I knew the name. Everyone did. Respected. Decorated. Untouchable. And suddenly, memories snapped into place. Missing files, hushed conversations, trainees pulled without explanation. "I need you to help me expose them," Ethan said, "or help me end them." I should have turned him in. That's what protocol demanded. Instead, I locked the door. For weeks, I trained him in secret. Not as a father, but as a weapon. Hand-to-hand drills at midnight. Pressure point kills. Counter-ambush tactics. I pushed him harder than I ever pushed my best operators. Because I saw the truth in his eyes, he wasn't here to survive. He was here to settle a debt. The contractor made their move first. One night, alarms blared. Live-fire exercise turned into chaos as masked men breached the compound. They weren't amateurs. They were trained by us, by me, and they were hunting Ethan. I fought like I was 25 again. Bones shattered under my palms. Blood sprayed across the mat room. I found Ethan cornered by two men. Moving with precision, I drilled into him. He didn't hesitate. He dismantled them with ruthless efficiency. Every strike fueled by years of buried grief. Together, we pushed the command center and forced the truth into the light. Recordings, transfers, orders signed in blood money. The contractor's empire collapsed before sunrise. Arrests followed. Trials. Headlines that called it a betrayal of the highest order. But revenge as a cost. When it was over, Ethan stood at the gate again. This time, the fog was lifting. "I didn't come back for you," he said quietly. "I came back because you taught me how to fight. Now I know how to live." He walked away before I could answer. I went back to the bag, wrapped my knuckles, and for the first time in 22 years, I trained not to make killers, but to make sure no father ever had to learn the truth the way I did.